Horizons of wealth. Expanding the vision. Those who amass abundance dream in wide horizons. Those bound by lack see only narrow paths. A mentor once guided a workshop, leaping from modest means to a fortune beyond $500 million in mere years. When pressed for the key, the answer rang clear. The shift began when the scope of ambition stretched beyond the ordinary. This echoes the principle of impact, which declares, rewards flow in measure with the worth you bring to the world. Prosperity key. The principle of impact. Rewards flow in measure with the worth you bring to the world. The heart of this lies in worth. 4 currents shape it: rarity, need, excellence, and reach. Often the toughest current to master is reach. How far does your contribution ripple? Put another way, how many lives does it touch? In the realm of teaching, some facilitators nurture a handful of learners. Others inspire rooms of dozens, hundreds, or even thousands. Does this shift the tide of their earnings? Undoubtedly. Take the craft of community building. Does a network of 10 yield the same as one of 10,000? The difference is stark. Years ago, a vision took root to launch a fleet of wellness hubs, aiming to uplift countless lives across 100 thriving outposts. A rival, starting later, set sights on a single flourishing spot. The outcome? One reaped a steady stream. The other, a torrent of wealth. How will life unfold? Will it be a grand symphony or a quiet tune, a bold ascent or a cautious step? The stage is yours to choose. Many opt for the small stage. Why? Shadows of doubt loom large, fear of stumbling or worse, of soaring too high. Others feel dwarfed by their own potential, convinced their light is too dim to illuminate beyond their doorstep. Yet here's the truth. Existence isn't a solo act. It's a tapestry woven with threads of service, a call to share your unique strand with the world. Too often the spotlight turns inward, shrinking the frame to a self-contained circle. True richness, beyond coins, blossoms when value spills outward, lifting others along the way. A visionary once mused, life's purpose is to enrich this era and those to come. Each soul arrives with innate sparks, gifts that flow effortlessly. Studies whisper that joy peaks when these sparks ignite widely. Part of the journey, then, is to cast them far, daring to expand the glow. Ever wonder what defines a trailblazer? Here's a fresh take. One who mends gaps for others, reaping abundance in return. A trailblazer bridges needs, at scale. Would you rather mend for a few or for multitudes? Choose the latter, and the task becomes vast, touching thousands, even millions. The harvest? A wealth of mind, spirit, and means. Every breath signals an unfinished quest. Too many shrink from this charge, hemmed in by timid steps or trembling egos. The cost? A life half-lived, a world half-served. Who else will rise if not you? Take a property curator, turning spaces into homes for profit. Their mission? To shelter families in welcoming havens. The question becomes, how many hearths can be warmed? 1, 10, 100? That's the scale of impact worth chasing. Poet once wrote, shrinking back dims the world. Greatness lies in shining bold, sparking others to do the same. Liberation from fear frees all. The earth craves builders, not bystanders. Step forward, unleash your offerings, and play the grand game. Small dreams and timid moves breed scarcity and echoes of what could have been. Vast visions and daring strides forge riches and resonance. The path is yours to carve. Proclamation. Rest a hand on the chest and affirm, the horizon is wide. I lift thousands upon thousands. Tap the forehead and declare, my mind brims with abundance. Triumph Tale. A Journey Unfolded, from Elena Voss, to the Growth Collective. Once, doubling earnings while having toil seemed a fantasy. Yet in a single year, business swelled by leaps, nearly tripled, while weeks of rest stretched to 8, many spent in transformative retreats. Before, growth crawled, and a mere few days off felt like a prize. Now clarity deepens. Gratitude, Swells and bonds with kin flourish. Opportunities gleam where shadows once stood. The path to fullness in all realms feels certain. Prosperity in motion. Opportunities over barriers. Those who thrive scan for openings. Those who falter fixate on walls. The prosperous eye growth, the struggling brace for loss. One seeks the prize, the other the pitfalls. It's the timeless riddle. Does the cup brim or wane? This isn't about forced cheer. It's about the lens that filters the world. Dwellers in lack lean on caution. Minds buzzing with, what if it crumbles? Or, it's bound to fail. The middling dare to hope, whispering, maybe it'll hold. The abundant claim ownership, vowing, it'll rise because I'll shape it so. Confidence fuels the thriving. They trust their craft, their ingenuity, and their ability to pivot when storms brew. High stakes, high gains. If the worst strikes, they'll rebuild. Those in scarcity dread collapse, certain a fall is final. Walls loom large, risks stay untouched. No leap, no lift. Risk isn't recklessness. The wise weigh their moves, gather insight swiftly, and act with purpose, not dawdling in endless prep. Hesitators, cloaked as planners, stall until chances fade, then sigh, I was almost ready. Meanwhile, the bold step in, step out, and stack fortunes. Some call it chance, a fluke pass in a game, a wild swing that lands true, a forgotten plot turned goldmine. But nothing lands without motion. Start, invest, create, and the cosmos might nudge the odds. Call it fate or favor. It follows the brave. Prosperity key. What you dwell on grows. Focus on openings, and they multiply. Too many to seize. Linger on barriers, and they tower. Too many to scale. Tackle hurdles as they come, but keep sights on the summit. Life isn't a siege of setbacks. It's a march toward what's possible. Here's a rare gem. To rise, pour energy into growing, guarding, and multiplying resources. To sink, scatter them thin. That's the crux of 1,000 lessons. The thriving know the map unfolds in motion, not pre-charted. Settle the basics, launch, adjust. Beats waiting for perfect stars. Life twists like a vine. See the next curve only by reaching it. Dive in with what's at hand, wherever the ground lies. Take a tale of a craft brewer eyeing a venture. Research piled high, tastes tested, markets scanned, until a wiser voice cut through. Join the fray to learn it. A stint at a local taproom followed, scrubbing kegs and pouring drafts. No crown was offered, but the grind revealed suppliers, pitfalls, and rhythms. Days later, a chance chat with a roaster sparked a new brew, and a niche bloomed. From suds to a chain of tasting rooms, wealth flowed. The lesson? Enter the stream. Doors swing wide. Motion trumps pause, is the creed. The prosperous leap, trusting they'll steer mid-flight. The hesitant demand every answer first, and impossible. Ask, and stall in dust. The bold seize openings and climb, the timid prep and fade. Proclamation. Place a hand on the chest and affirm. Openings guide me over walls. I launch, then refine. Tap the forehead and declare, my mind brims with abundance. Actions for expansion. Step into the arena. Pick a dream delayed. Cast aside excuses and begin now, with whatever lies ready. Learn by shadowing others first, if wise. If seasoned, charge ahead. Reframe the day. When hurdles rise, name them as chances. Irk the naysayers, but shift the view. Count the gifts. List 10 treasures already held, speak them aloud, and revisit them daily for a month. Ungrateful hearts draw no more.